Hello, beautiful. Welcome to Bonnets and Pillow Talk with me, your host, Miss Fato. Today is day 7 of 75 of our 75 soft challenge. Thank you so much for joining me for another day and another update. So let's get right into the video. The first thing is our diet. I had a really great meal day today. Um, for breakfast, I had some scrambled eggs, some fried kidneys, and some buns with a coffee. Amazing. I went to church, and then after church, I came back and I had some lunch. What did I have for lunch? For lunch, I had the leftovers from breakfast because I didn't really get to eat that much during breakfast because I was running late for church. And then for dinner, I took myself to a picnic. My bestie made me dinner. She made me a wrap and baked a cake. So I went to the park and I just watched the sunset and listened to some music and danced in the park and had dinner. It was today's meals were so good. She made like this amazing like wrap. It was like a ground beef wrap with like peppers and um coleslaw and like raisins and oh, it was just so good. It was so yummy. For water, we're not fully done yet, but I've got maybe about a cup of water left. I'm gonna have it just before I go to bed. For our workout today was a rest day, so I basically just did like I think we did an hour of like a leisurely walk, not power walking, not like running, not skipping, just like a leisure walk. So I think I only walked about 3 kilometers during that hour walk, whereas usually if I'm walking for an hour, I walk about averaging depending on my pace about six five 5.8 to like 7 point something kilometers. And then when I'm running I can go a little bit further than that. um I got to go to church today, so I spent a lot of time just reading. And actually one of my readings was read at church today, so I got to really just spend some time, and honestly that was really the highlight of my day. And I'm just proud of myself for getting to day 7. It has been a really interesting challenge, but I just wanted to remind myself a really important lesson. I was talking to my Uber driver today who took me to church, and he was saying, I've picked you up a couple of times and you're always in a great mood. Like, how do you stay in a great mood? And I jokingly said Jesus, which I mean, but I kept telling him that COVID taught me one thing: one, that life was too short, but two, that we spend so much time not appreciating small things and like looking at all the bad things that are happening, and then one day when those small things are taken away from us we regret it so much. And after covid I promised myself I would be grateful for the small things, and I was telling him like I'm just grateful I have air in my lungs. The fact that I can sit down and complain about something means I have a mouth that speaks and you can understand it. That means we're able to communicate. When we had COVID, we weren't able to communicate with strangers like that because we were all in our homes. Maybe we communicated over social media, but it wasn't an in-person interaction in any capacity. I was saying like even little things like how many people right now are in hospital and are saying like I wish I could just get the sensation in my feet back, or I wish I could get the sensation in my back back, or I wish I could just be able to walk again. And I'm sitting here with legs that function, with like skin where I can feel sensation, where it's not painful all the time, with muscles that are working for my legs to move and my arms to move, and lips that are able to talk and eat healthy and unhealthy food. There's so much more to be grateful for. And that doesn't mean I'm learning also that I can live life in the gray. You can have bad things be happening in your life, but also have good things be happening. And I've told myself for the bad things that are happening, I'll focus on the things I can actually like have solutions to. And the rest, I'm sending the bill to God. If it that's on him because I cannot control everything. And COVID taught me that I can't control everything. And also, this whole 75 soft is showing me that there are things that are in my control. I think after COVID, I got into a space where I didn't think I was in control of a lot of aspects of my life, and I'm learning again that I am in control. I can control what I eat. I can control how much water I take in. I can control if I go outside and breathe fresh air, or I go to a gym, or I have a home workout. I can control my ability to spend time with God and network and see other people. Like, those things are all in my control. And I think there's a time where I felt like it wasn't in my control, and I felt like my life was just spiraling out of control. And it's nice to be in a space right now where I have time. I think this challenge is giving me time to reflect. I think the second day I was a lesson on gratitude, but I really am learning so much about who I am post COVID. I'm not the same person I was, and I don't think I realized just how much of myself I lost, and just how much of myself is still in there, but it's different. And different is a good thing. And I want to learn who this new person is. I want to get to know what their likes and dislikes are, what I enjoy doing, what I want to do with my free time, what hobbies I want to have, what sports I want to play. I want to do fun things with myself. And one thing I do know about myself is I love a cheeky sunset. So I'm so glad I had a really great sunset meal. Listen, I think the people who were walking past thought I was absolutely bonkers, because I was there in a public area just dancing, waving a sandwich, like no care in the world, just looking at this beautiful sunset. And I realized, like, I've lived in this city for coming up to 2 years now, and I haven't seen or experienced the beauty of this city the way that I've experienced it in the last 7 days. And I was doing myself such a disservice just by staying in my house and being sad in my house all the time. And I can be sad outside, but at least I'm outside and I'm experiencing the world. Doesn't mean the sadness goes away, but at least I can come out at the end of the day and be like, I did something good for myself. I did something that gave me a little bit of peace. I did something that challenged me just a little bit. I did something that proved to myself I can still do things. I can still try things. I can still change. I can still love of things. I can still enjoy things. I can still live. I think this challenge is just reminding me to live again. I've been living in a state of like fear and panic, and like almost like a freeze where I'm like, I don't want to make any sudden moves because I don't want to like ruffle the waters too much. I'm so scared of just living, and I want to live again. And this challenge is allowing me to see areas in my life where I can live again, where I can enjoy things again, where I can try things again. And it's giving me structure in my life that I have needed for a really long time. I think post university, post education, I've had such a hard time coming up with a structure for my life which isn't based around work, because I've been in boarding school my whole life, like from like literally grade school, like grade one, all the way up to high school, university. I was always in boarding school, and my life was very, very structured. I was an academic kid for the most part, who was in sports and arts, who was very like an overachiever of sorts. And then I left education, and I was like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know what to do with my life. And now this challenge is allowing me to be like, hey, these are the habits that you want, and these are the things that you need to do to get those habits in place. If you want to be a person who is healthy, and you think healthy looks like doing an activity every day, or, journaling every day, or, spending time with God, whatever healthy looks like for you, have habits every day that are encouraging you to do that, to grow that skill, because the skills that we don't grow, they just perish in us. And I want to continue to grow those skills. Even reading, I've done more reading this week than I've done since uni, and I'm so embarrassed. But we're growing. I think I just want to remind somebody today, you should live again. I think we're so trapped in our brains, and we're so scared of all these possibilities and scared of all these things that are happening, that we're forgetting to see that like we're alive. And that's an opportunity for us to live. Live while you still have limbs that are working. Live while you still have a brain that's functioning for your good. Live while you still have the ability to try new things. Live. Just live again. This business of surviving, we're throwing that out the window. So I'm really grateful for for this first week of the challenge. It's been so good to me. It's been hella challenging, but it's reminded me to live again. It's reminded me to be grateful for the little things. It's reminded me that I can do anything that I set my mind to do. And I've experienced it in different ways throughout this Bonnets and Pillow Talk challenge, but it's continuing to just reinforce that hey, you can do it. You can change your mind, you can pivot, you can try new things, you can try, you can fail, you can grow, you can just keep trying, keep going, keep going, keep going. Throw things at the wall. They don't all have to be the same, but one of them will land somewhere. But live, keep living, live, choose to live again. I'm gonna end it there. Today has been amazing. It has been an amazing day 7 of 75 of the 75 soft challenge. I have been your host, Miss Fazil, and this has been Bonnets and Pillow Talk with me. I will see you tomorrow for day 8. Bye.